Welcome everyone, I'm Ricky from Tech Talk and today we're unboxing and taking our first look at the Sony Xperia 10, so one of their new devices in their new lineup. So on the front here we just have Xperia, you have 10, you have Sony. Coming at the bottom here, if we just pull this up, you've got Xperia, you've got branding all the way around to be honest, and then you've got some information on the back there. And again, you've got Xperia 10. Coming around to the back, Sony, as always, like to do very small specs right down here at the bottom. I'm visually impaired. Big specs, please. You've got all this room and you squeeze it down there. How annoying. But let's read through them. It's a 6-inch display, which is full HD plus with a resolution of 1080 by 2520. That's going to give us a pixel density of 457. The battery is 2,870 mAh battery, which is quite small now, as we're used to bigger batteries. It is using a Qualcomm Snapdragon 630 processor, 3GB of RAM with 64GB of storage. There's 512GB of micro SD card storage which is available and supported, and it uses an octa-core processor at 2.2 GHz Cortex A53. It's using a GPU Adreno 508, side-mounted fingerprint sensor. So that's all the information on the back, as well as a little bit more. So I don't think they give you enough. So let's open up the box here. So lifting the lid, first of all, you're going to find your device as always. Most companies now put it on the top, except for Apple that likes to hide it underneath information. So let's see what we get underneath here. So first of all, you have a startup guide. So this will give you all of your information that you will need to read if you need to. If you have any questions or queries, drop a comment down below and I'll actually help you out as well. We like helping people out. You have a 3-pin plug which has that pop-up third pin. It's plastic one, so please be careful with that. And that connects into a USB-A there. We also have a USB-A to USB-C for syncing and charging, so USB-C is available here. That's nice to have, and that's about it. So let's move this all out the way and have a look at our device and set it up together. So our device is in a plastic cover. On the back here, it's just talking about the SIM card and the SD card, which I'll show you a bit later on. So here is our device, a candy bar sort of shaped design, which is quite narrow but quite long. Let's power it on. So here's the power button. While that's powering on, let's have a quick look at our buttons. So here is the side-mounted fingerprint sensor. You've got your power button just above that. Then you have your volume rockers as well. So turning to the back, as you can see, there's a dual camera. So one is a 13 megapixel and one is a 5 megapixel. So I'm looking forward to testing that out. And you also have your flash there. You have Sony and NFC. Coming around to the front, there is a front-facing camera which is 8 megapixels. So you can take selfies on here as well. So as you can see, there's quite thin sort of borders around the sides and the bottom, but coming at the top there, it's quite a chunky border still. Sony still like to use their quite chunky sort of edges. One day they will get them down, but please remember this is a budget line of device from Sony as well. So before we begin, as always, I like to talk about the visual aids and the information that's provided for accessibility before you actually go through the setup. And they've called it visual aids here. Inside here, you're going to get a range of settings that you can change and adjust. So one is magnification, font size, display size, select to speak and talkback. So what we're going to do is font size. This is going to make it easier for me to read. So if I scrub along here, it's going to make it a lot easier. So you have welcome, English United Kingdom, get started. So important information. These are your terms and conditions that you need to agree to use the device and to get the best possible use out of this one as well. We're then going to connect to a Wi-Fi as I don't have a SIM currently inserted. So find your Wi-Fi, mine's Sky here, then you're going to input your password. The keyboard is quite small and the text is quite faint as well, so you may need to change that at a later point. Now it's going to check for any updates. Copy apps and data from a previous device if you so want to, or from a backup. I'm actually going to say don't copy, so don't want to do it. I like to set it up as new so I can enjoy the device as the manufacturers wanted me to. Then you're going to be asked to sign in with your Google account or create one. So you'll need a Google account to download all your apps, games, movies, TV shows, books, music, whatever you want from the Google Play Store, and also to get the best services out of Google as well and to use their dedicated apps. So sign in, or if not, you can create an account here or you could skip. The choice is yours. So I recommend either creating one or signing in, and I'm going to sign in now. We then come on to Google services, so you can go through here and select what service you want to use, and it gives you a description as well. The only one I turn off is backup because I have so many devices, I don't need to back up all of them. Then we're going to set up our fingerprint to unlock with fingerprint, and I want to test this out. Like I said, it is side mounted on the edge here, which is good, down your right hand side. And then it's going to ask you to put in a code as well. So it will ask you to put in a code as a backup, just in case the fingerprint doesn't work. So add a code in here, or you can change options. Before you begin, make sure the sensor is clean and your fingerprint is clean. And hit next here, and all I'm going to do, move your thumb around a little bit because it's very narrow. So as you can see in the image there, they're telling you to move it around. Go top and bottom. If you see a red sort of message come up, just try and reset it and try and go through it again, because then it will be recognized as always. So we're done there. We could have had another finger if we so wanted to. Google Assistant, of course we're going to use Google Assistant, and it should have my voice map on here from my Google accounts. Xperia services, so you can use the Sony Xperia services here, and I recommend you use every single service available to you so you can really enjoy your device. I'm actually going to sign in with my Google accounts. Software configuration, then review additional apps, so I can add in different applications here if I so want to. And we're going to go OK, and that's going to install them for me. Anything else? Is there anything else I need to do? No, thank you. So add in finishing touches, and you're ready to go. So we're going to go finish, and we are greeted with a lightning sort of flash of colour there, and we will be here slowly. Wow, that took a while. A little bit worried about that speed there, but that could be from the older generation of the Snapdragon processor. So our device is all set up and ready to go. This should be full of Google information a bit later on once it gets to know what services I am using. So you swipe up and you've got all of your applications in here. Go home. So just swiping up and holding will show your applications there. So it's got a bit like One UI on here. So it's really good and easy to use, which I'm looking forward to testing out. Coming across, we've got more information here, and also you can have the Sony Remote Play as well for the PlayStation. Looking forward to testing that out. Let's have a look at this fingerprint sensor. So a lock device, press on. There we go. That's quite quick. I'm quite impressed with that. So straight from a lock screen, you don't actually have to wake it up, which is nice. Like I said, it is a candy bar sort of shaped device, but it seems to be okay. I'm slightly worried about the battery, but it should be okay. You do have a USB-C connection there, which is Gen 1 Type 1, but it should be okay. Looking around to the back here, we can see our dual cameras. Looking forward to testing that out. Any videos or anything you want to know about this device before you potentially go and purchase it, let me know. So we're getting some notifications come through already. We can see that here. You also have your widget information as well. So let's have a look at the brightness. Yeah, it's fairly bright under studio lighting. That's quite bright. Quite happy with that. And then we've got all our applications, like I said here. You've got your Google down here at the bottom as well. You've got Google search bar, and then you've got Google long press to get Google Assistant as well. And then also, if you tap here, I think, double tap here, yep, you're going to have a sidebar. So a side screen. So it's full of applications that you can then use, and I think you can add more in as well. And I'm looking forward to delving in there and sort of really testing it out. So we've got some widgets as well, which is kind of cool. So your quick access things that you really want to get hold of very quickly, you can do straight away. So there's no difference in texture from the power button to the volume controls, which is a bit of a shame, as you know, I look at that. But otherwise, it's okay. It's ready to go. And I'm looking forward to really testing out the Sony Xperia 10. A massive thank you to Vodafone, who did supply this to the channel for review, and the link to their website will be in the description. If you have any questions, queries, or video requests, please drop a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help. Please hit the video with a like and subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated with all the latest videos from Tech Talk. From me, Ricky, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.